Hey everyone,
Hi
how y'all doing?
everyone.
Welcome to the most chaotic episode of this series that you're going to see because someone left the two young ones in charge and unsupervised. So
Yeah,
welcome everybody to whatever chaos this is going to be. We have got so we both put out videos. Also, are you on top or below me in your screen?
we're side to side, man. We're side to side.
Great. This
I'm on
side,
the other side.
this side, great, cool. I'm going to keep pointing to you over here then. So we both sent out videos and Instagram polls and stuff to get people's questions. And what we have done is compiled all the random ones, and we're going to answer the random ones for you now. How
The most
fantastic is
important
that?
ones.
The most important ones and some of the most random ones that I've ever seen in my life. Okay, starting from the top. The first question that we have from A2 Theorem on
And somebody
Instagram,
else. Somebody asked the
and
exact question. Dated Rhyme on TikTok asked this question as well.
fantastic. Who stole my Sharpie? I don't know. I don't have any Sharpies here with me, which is quite sad. So someone probably stole my Sharpie. You took my Sharpie. How dare you?
I will just there you go. Wow, it
Wild.
transformed into a pen we talked about in a different episode. That is so crazy. Whether
But it's almost like this is my pen. Just woof,
Whoa,
gone.
that's
Magic.
crazy.
Anyway, great, cool. We've answered that question. Maria had my pen. Fab.
Yeah.
Favorite nap place. This is a classic question. It's asked to us by Ryan Johnson 2629 on Instagram.
Right.
Maria, do you want to go first on this one, darling?
I like keeping people on their toes. So I don't have
Mm-hmm.
like one nap place. I just go everywhere, okay? Because they can't know where I am. Okay. I love to hide in
Never.
set this too. Like I made a video where I like jokingly said like I was like in Mother Ginger for like Nutcracker and I like
I
jokingly
remember that video.
I legitimately took a nap in Mother Ginger that week. Like I kid you not, nobody knew I was in there. So I was worried that people were gonna start like talking crap about me while I was like imagine that. Like you are taking a nap inside of a set piece and someone's just like talking crap about you. I was like, it could happen, but it did not happen. I did hear some other tea though. Um under Mother Ginger's skirt.
You
Um
can tell me later.
of course, of course. Otherwise, I mean, lobby benches, they're always nice. I mean,
Lobby
the
benches are nice.
green room's great. But I like to keep people on their toes. Ooh, catwalks. I've always wanted to nap in the catwalk.
Catwalks. I have, I can't remember whether I actually hit snooze or I just dozed for a little bit, but I was up on a catwalk for an extended period of time during a show because I was follow spotting and I wasn't needed for like 20 minutes. So I don't know whether I actually dozed off during that 20 minutes or I kind of just like sat there. It was a thing. We're fine. It was actually for a Disney show. It's great. But I definitely sat there just very tired because it was like a two show day and it was like we'd like teched in the morning, done show one, then show two. Long day. We were all very tired.
For sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is
Um
about follow spots, but
yeah. But like I wasn't because it wasn't just me. Just it's okay. The show went
okay,
on. There were four other follow spots. My track was just empty for just 20 minutes for whatever reason. And that's okay. That's completely fine. Sometimes you have shows where you've got absolutely everything, and then you got shows where there's absolutely nothing, and that's just showbiz. Personally, there are two spots that come to mind. In so at my university, the Western Australian Academy of Performing Arts, WAPA, um, there are two spots. There is the roundhouse upstairs chairs. So technically, it's like a standing seat sort of situation. Like it's not just seats. It's like a tall standing thing. Hopefully, I have a photo and I'm able to show that to you. Those are immaculately comfortable and very good to just face plant on. You just sleep. It's great. Then the other spot is the grimy couch in stage management office. It's been covered with a blanket for obvious reasons. If you don't know, I'm sorry. You're going to have to find out through someone else. But there is a blanket on there and there's a very comfortable couch. I definitely have a photo that I can show you of me very awkwardly helping a friend on I've got their computer on my chest and I'm very awkwardly squashed up on this couch, but I can promise you it's comfortable. But I definitely have a photo of this couch.
Okay. I've never
Good
slept
nap
on a
couch.
grimy couch.
It's a good nap couch. I've fully done dinner break. I'd scoff dinner within 15 minutes and then 45-minute nap break. Great. Highly recommend. Okay. Do you want to say the next question?
Yeah, the next question from Owabia in the woods with underscores in between every single one of those words on Instagram. Womp.
Classy.
Yeah. So that's all I can say about that.
Classy.
I can ask a
Okay.
better question.
I'll take the next one. This
You
is
can
my
take the
turf.
next
I'm
one.
taking the next one. Okay. It says, what is your country's version of break a leg? Because as an Aussie, it's always sugars. And now I'm curious, from Eva Lawrence on TikTok. So, do you know the backstory for sugars? If
I've
not, I'm going to do
never
some.
heard that word before in my life.
You're going to learn.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. Sugars is what we use for literally anything. It'd be like, you just about to go on sugars. Great, cool. So the history behind this is that it was started in a theatre, either in Sydney or Melbourne, over East, obviously. Why would it be in Perth? But if they had a full house, they would be able to afford chicken. If not, if it wasn't a full house, they would only be able to afford bread for that performance. So if they peeked out the curtains and saw a full house, chook, which we would call chicken, chook, it is, got shortened to sugars in hope of a full house. There you go.
Wow.
Learn your lessons.
That's beautiful. We just say break a leg.
Why? Oh no, I saw this. It was because you say break a leg. You say break a leg before an audition because you hope that they end up in a cast.
I don't know exactly. I've heard so many different things, and sometimes people are like, "It's like the theater legs, like and that come down from this guy," and I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know what it means." And quite
I
honestly,
don't want to break a leg.
I don't know if I have like the patience to look it up, to be honest. Next question. What was your worst, most obvious screw up in live theater from Connor Patterson on TikTok, I think?
Okay, depending on when this episode comes out, I've either already told this story or have yet to tell this story. It involves a curtain and me looking very panicked on stage in the middle of an interval.
It's in the stage manager episode whenever that comes out.
It's in the stage manager episode whenever that comes out. Don't worry, it's you saw those clips on TikTok. It's me, Ali, and Maria talking about everything stage management. It's a good episode. Be excited.
Unless it already came out.
But unless it already came out. Which, if so, go click the link that is there.
Jemma, stop making me edit things. Stop it.
I'm just gonna randomly point at things. But the thing is, I'm gonna keep my points consistent. Link is there. You're welcome. You are there.
Works for me.
Okay.
My most obvious screw up.
Yes, your one.
I fall a lot. I'm a very clumsy person, so I've fallen downstairs multiple times in shows, like when I was acting, and I've fallen off. I haven't fallen off a stage yet, but I've fallen into the wings off of the stage before. I accidentally. Wait, I don't know if I can say that because I don't want to get canceled, but I accidentally punched an audience member in the head, but that wasn't on purpose.
If it was on purpose, I'd be slightly concerned.
No, I was in a show and we had to do choreography in the audience, and so there was an audience member they were looking at the stage, and I was in a middle aisle, so they had no awareness of me being behind them, and I had to do a turn as part of a choreography for the Lion King or whatever. And I punched this lady in the head. and it wasn't on purpose. And what makes it even worse is that my little 14-year-old self, who was in the ensemble of the show, didn't say sorry because I didn't want to break character. And anyway, I carry that with me to this day, and I still feel bad about that. So if you're the lady at the matinee performance of Lion King in 2016, I am terribly sorry for that. It was not on purpose.
Oh,
Anyway.
great, cool. I've also moved so I've got a split screen at the moment with Zoom and with my thing, but I just moved it because it means I'm more looking over here to where you are rather than just awkwardly staring off screen.
No, you want to look at me. I know.
Of course I do, darling. Eye contact is important. Okay. Favorite plop? Prop? My apologies, it is late. That was okay. So context for a little bit. Maria has done some of the best time zoning Olympics that I've ever seen in my life to try and get these panels working on a cohesive timeline. So it is currently 10:30 p.m. for me. And what time is it for you over there, darling?
It is 8:30 a.m.
So we're on very opposite ends of tired because Maria has just woken up and I am so close to going to bed right now.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go, have some context. Anyway, I'm going to try it again. What is your favorite prop fly usage that you've ever used? From not one human being on Instagram. Not one human being implies 3 small children in a trench coat, and I love that image.
Okay, yeah. So we have 3 children in a trench coat asking this question.
Not weird at all.
I can't think of prop wise at the moment, but I can think of a good fly use.
I think one of my favorite props that was made, I can't remember who made it, but we were doing the pajama game like middle of last year, and what are you laughing at?
And you keep going.
We were doing the pajama game. Are you good? Let me tell my story. Okay. I'm just gonna skip over that sentence. And the theme was 2D. So it was like everything was just like coming out of a picture book. It looked really cool, lots of pastel colors and whatnot. But my favorite prop during all of this was a radio. But the radio had a false inside that we could hide a Yui boom in it. And I have that radio in my room at the moment. It's very cool. I'll take a photo, but it has like a false inside to it. So you just had to charge up the Yui boom, chuck it in there. So for when he's talking for Hey There, when he's talking to himself, you have the Yui boom playing back his recording of it. So he would be talking to himself and the noise would be like localized to the speaker. So that was kind of cool. That's definitely up there with one of my favorites.
I thought of a favorite prop and fly usage. I have one for each of those.
Go.
So what I really love about living in Green Bay, Wisconsin is the fact that we have these things called cheese hats. And I don't know if anyone has ever seen them, but people basically, they wear cheese on their head. So what makes this amazing is that weirdly enough, so many shows call for fake cheese. Like SpongeBob mentions cheese at some point, and then Nutcracker, I mean, if you have rats, you can have cheese. So I've seen like cut up cheese heads used in both of those shows where they take like one of the foam hats and they just cut it up. And so like in Nutcracker, like they would just have little chunks of cheese when like the house grows and it's like the little battle scene. So they have little chunks of cheese from a cheese hat. And then in SpongeBob, they just used a full-on cheese hat and put it on one of the characters. So like I don't know why I keep seeing cheese hats in theater, but like this is clearly probably just a Green Bay, Wisconsin thing. I'm actually gonna go get a cheese hat today, and maybe I'll wear it for some of the episodes we record tonight. But yeah, I think that's one of my favorite prop usages. And then fly usage. So when I did Singing in the Rain, I was head fly for that show, so obviously I paid attention to this a lot more. But there was one scene where so okay, on our stage we had like these three like I don't know if we call them like gems or like shells or whatever. So two of them on the sides, they rotated. So we had a person turning them. One side it was like a very like rainbow gem look, and the other side was like a Hollywood like Hollywood flats or whatever, except they were Broadway
Uh-huh.
flats made to look like Hollywood flats. Very confusing. Anyway, so and we would flip them. So basically there's a song called Broadway Ballet. And like right up before like the build up to like when it's like gotta dance, like that's part of the song. So before that,
I had a
we
sweet.
into it. It like we like turn it from the Hollywood look to the like gem look, and then the center another like one of the gems flies in. So it's timed so that like both gems get into place and then the center one lands right as the lights come up. So that was one of my favorite fly usages. Yeah.
Fantastic. I love. But you know what I love? Just whenever a show uses it, a kabuki drop. I love kabuki drops. I think they're
Mm-hmm.
fantastic. We used one for cats because we had like we revealed like after McCavity goes off and they've beaten McCavity and whatnot. They sing like Magical Mr. Mistopheles. The lyrics are all up on the screen. Kabuki drop, boom! All the cats, all the chosen cats are there.
Mm.
But I'd have to time it so that the lights went on as soon as the entire kabuki had hit the floor. So it was just like a go bang. Poof. It was fantastic, and it was some of the smoothest. Like when I hit it, it looked amazing. If I missed it, everybody could tell. So
Yes.
bit of a stressful queue, but you had those. But no, after the shows, like after the runs, it got so easy in the end because you just had to look when MD would just go when he was like halfway up his like upbeat, like because it'd be just like go, and then it'd be go. It was hot. I think I have footage of it. I don't know. I don't think I can share it though because intellectual property.
Mm.
It
Yeah.
looked cool. Just take my word for it. It looked cool.
Well, I will believe you. I think my least favorite fly usage is snow. I don't like it whenever we do snow, fake snow with flies. I mean, it looks so pretty, but like I hate sweeping it up afterwards. So.
So I got to go see Moulin Rouge while I was here. I
Ooh.
went up the front after the show, and they have corrugated confetti because it means it's like wobbly and just like it's like a check pattern in the
Okay.
thing, but half of the bumps are raised and half of them are like dipped because it means it can be picked up by a vacuum easier.
Oh.
It means it doesn't stick to the floor,
Mm.
and it's it was amazing. Oh wait, I think I have what it's called in my phone because I got so excited that there was corrugated confetti.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
No, I was like freaking out over that show. It was, if you haven't seen Moulin Rouge in any way, shape, or form, the movie is fantastic, but it has a very different feel in person. So I'd recommend going and seeing it.
I'm pretty sure it's coming through Appleton, Wisconsin in June of 2024, if that it has any relevance to you guys. So, sponsored by Moulin
Great.
Rouge. Uh,
Okay. What is it? Okay,
uh,
it's Mila confetti. Mila confetti. Very cool stuff, and I want a ton of it.
spicy. I'm
Okay,
so sick.
moving on. What is a pre-show ritual that we do from @Jordan16 on Instagram with a few dots and underscores? Pre-show ritual for me. I personally, whenever I'm in a theater, I usually have a Gatorade or a Powerade on me because I get so dehydrated in theaters. So just making sure that I have some sort of non-carbonated energy drink because I cannot do Red Bull, Monster, any of that sort of thing in any way, shape, or form because there's just fears that I might explode, and that's valid. But I just make sure that I have some sort of energy drink on me, just so I know that I won't be dehydrated through any of the show. In a obviously black water bottle or whatever water bottle I have on me. I have a Jurassic Park one and I have a Back to the Future one. Both of them will alternate. depending on how much Gatorade I have on me. Um, and then for me personally, some of the pre-show rituals come out of doing the show with the cast because you slowly just end up forming some of those like small little things. You really just like, I've got to do this before the show with this cast, but then as soon as you move on to another show, you don't have it because that person isn't there, or it's just a different experience. So a lot of them are formed on shows, and I'm just trying to think if I could share any of them that were like cool. Um, After on Godspell that we did recently, my dance captain and like fight captain, we would always just share a very crisp high five after dance and lift call was done because they ran it so efficiently. I just had to stand there ticking things off, and I'd be like, very efficiently run, efficiently run fight call. High five. That was it. That was just like the little cute thing that we did pre-show every show, just because it's just how both of us felt in the moment, and that's just what it was.
Love it. I like to eat soup. Yeah, so I like to eat soup before shows. If I can every show, I guess I do, but it's probably not a good idea to do that if I'm doing like an 8 show week to eat soup every before every single show. But if it's like a
What
little
type
show
of soup?
weekend or a couple times. What?
Okay, what type of soup though? Got to be
Oh,
specific. I think there's so
I
many different types
rotate
of soup.
it. Like I didn't eat meat for most of college and then I moved to Alaska and then I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna eat it because it's cheaper.
Are
Um,
we going creamy based soup, or are we going like more like vegetable based, stock
you
based soup?
know, I for my like health, I really shouldn't be eating as much creamy based soup, but I really love me some clam chowder.
Mm.
What I like about soup, like I like how filling it is, and that's kind of what I'm trying to get out of it when I'm eating it before a show, because I don't know how long this thing is gonna be, and otherwise I just don't
Clam
eat the rest.
chowder?
Yes,
I don't think.
it is so good.
I
New
don't,
England, it's called New England clam chowder. I guess I would understand if you guys wouldn't have it over there. Okay, you little isolated little whatever you are. It's good. Okay, it is really good. It has like you can't even like tell that it has clams. I guess it has like potatoes. It's like it's so good. It's music to my soul. Anyway, so that's just one of them. But I try to eat soup,
I'm
but not too much soup, I guess. And I probably should cut back on my soup with doing shows in the upcoming future. Otherwise I will not feel very good from eating so much soup. Um,
Why
anyway,
clam chowder?
it's so
Like,
good. What do you
you
have
could have
against clam
chosen
chowder? Have you had
just
it
the
before?
name. I don't think I have.
It's
Why
so
would I go
good.
out seeking clam chowder
Because it's so good. Okay, go to
with a name?
Alaska and get some like clam chowder or just any kind of chowder. It's just
With a
it's
name like clam chowder? Do you
so
think I'm
good
going out?
though.
And you poked your tongue at Vegemite the other day. How dare you?
Okay, Vegemite? Okay, that's different. Okay, I've never had it before, but it just sounds disgusting.
My point.
Anyway,
My point.
so I eat soup. And then also, if I'm
You
going like if I'm
regret I asked.
let me finish my pre-show ritual, Gemma. If I am walking to a theater or driving to a theater, I like to put on either like really intense heavy metal or I like to put on some like classic rock. So like if you start playing like Enter Sandman or something like that, like I will be ready to go. That is like that's like the one song where you could just start playing it. And I'm like, oh yeah, because like whenever I'd be walking to like an improv or comedy show from my school, because it was like a comedy club that I performed at within walking distance, I would just put on that song and then the walk from like my dorm to that place, I'd listen to that song and then Thunderstruck would be after it. Um, and then and
Daka,
then I'd be
let's
ready to
go.
do like 2 shows. So that's kind
Do
of
you
how
know
I get.
what we call? You do
Huh?
know that ACDC is from WA, right?
Are they?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Because so our personal nickname for ACDC is Akadaka. Don't ask why. It just is. But fun fact, we're learning so many things this podcast, people. Highway to Hell was written about one of the
About Perth.
roads here. Was
Oh,
written about Perth. because it's the Canning Highway. You it is There are so many stoplights and so many people desperate to get down that highway in the morning. It is a nightmare. Hence the name Highway to Hell, because it's just backed up cars for 10 plus kilometers of just road. It's
That's
so long.
6.2 miles.
It's like it's huge, and there's people backed up every inch of the way. And then it clears up during the day, and then in the night it's not as bad, but in the morning it's so bad. And there's no way to get around it because it just keeps going.
Gemma, I know where we're going if I go to Perth.
Oh, absolutely. I'll take you driving down that. That was great.
You don't
But we actually
even
had
wait, are you the one driving or am I the one driving? Because which one would be safer?
I don't know, you'd drive on the wrong road and be fine, wrong side of the road and be fine. But we had a festival on trucks that went down the Canning Highway as part of celebration for ACDC. It was very cool. And it was like 12 different performing trucks just heading down Canning Highway, stopping at like certain spots along the way. It was gorgeous. Also, I just realized it's probably not 10 kilometers. I don't know how long Canning Highway is. I was just guessing. 10 kilometers sound like a good distance. I will double check and I will give you the numbers later.
Yes, the specifics of this highway are very, very important to the theater.
No, but it's a very cool highway, and yeah, I'm proud of it. Anyway, continuing on. How hard? Okay, I'm gonna let you answer this one because I don't have much experience with unions. How hard is it to join said union? I work as a tech, but not through my local union. From Miranda B on Instagram.
Yeah, so unions are a big thing in the US. I mean, but you don't necessarily have to be a member of one if you don't want to be a member of one. It's a little bit different for techies than it is for actors. For actors, it's very much so like, don't join the union until you have a stable job and they offer you and they make you. In the tech world, it's not as mattersome, I guess. Okay, what was the question? How hard is it? Well, I joined the union earlier this year, and I started working with them when I was 19. And I mean, it really depends on what city you're in. If you're in a very big city like New York, Chicago, it's going to be a lot harder to join just because you need all of these requirements, but each different city is going to have different requirements for you to join. For me, it was just I needed 100 hours and then, well, okay. My union process, I go through an apprenticeship, which most unions don't, some do, but I had to, you want to hear what I had to do, Gemma? You're going to hear it
Sure.
anyway. So I had to have 100 hours, first of all, of union work experience. So you can still do union work without being a union member, with the IATSE at least. I had to have 100 hours. And then I had to send in an application or a letter of intent to the e-board. Was read at a meeting 2 times. And then they had to vote on me. No, wait, no, I had to come in for an interview after that. And then they had to vote on me after my interview. And then I get sworn in as an apprentice. At the beginning of my apprenticeship, I take a written exam. This written exam is like 40 pages long. I passed my written exam, and then I have to take my practical exam, technically next March, but that's probably not going to happen. And then this practical exam is like 4 hours long. It makes you test all your like practical abilities. And then after you do that, you're finally a journeyman if they decide to vote you in as a journeyman. And that's how you join Local 470 in Green Bay, as a journeyman. Not every union is like that.
Whoa, okay.
But getting into the union itself or doing union work is a lot easier than that. Like you just have to call up the business agent for your local and figure out how to get there.
Okay. We're running out of time and we've got 10 more questions to go. So we're going to quick fire these.
Yes.
Do techies create their own dances backstage? Absolutely, we do. There's music. You move your body. That's just how that works. And like, I definitely have a clip. I'll double check with 2 people that I can post the clip, but hopefully I should be able to send you a clip of us doing something in Godspell. When will God save the people? Oh God. Yeah, I think you know the one. real cute. There's some good moments, and I'm glad some of them were captured on camera. Um, what specifically brings you joy in the theatre world? 3 words, go.
Nothing. I'm just kidding. Um, people, children, and uh, sparkles.
Great, that was fantastic. For me, the joy.
You can't say what. No, 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 no. The question was, what brings you joy? You can't say
Oh,
joy. You idiot.
applause.
What?
The applause.
Oh,
The wonder. I don't know why I counted that way. The applause, the wonder, and the sparkles. Yeah. Um, why do you do it? From how? Oh, sorry, I forgot to.
oh wait. Is it? Yeah, yeah.
I forgot to credit your stupid bug and I Italy 33. Thank you for those. Why do you do it? Because it's fun. I like it. It makes my brain click in the ways that I like it to click. You get to meet some cool people.
That's
Like,
debatable.
okay, I really hope you're not talking about me in that.
No, I was talking about me.
I would say so. We we didn't even meet through theatre. We met through TikTok, so technically that doesn't even count. Anyway, um, you get to meet some really cool people, you get to make some really cool memories, you get to work on some cool shows with some cool people, and you get to, for me personally, it's a lot of bringing that sort of like wow factor and just being like, I remember going to the theatre as a kid and just being absolutely like blown away. And I want to give that to other people. Hence why I do what I do, because I just want to be that show that people remember and go, oh, I remember that show, that was cool. I remember you did this and this and this. I want to be a part of those shows and be a part of those memories because they were the ones that I treated as a kid. So, hooray. Do you want to go?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I started out as like kind of doing it more for like escapism, and now it's kind of thankfully gotten past that point. Um, but I mean, similar to what I said in the last thing, children, I really like to do, I like working with children.
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 Have you seen that clip from Bluey where it's like, unicorns, what's your favorite food? Children.
Children. But I will watch it. But no, I remember when I saw the Frozen National Tour, I think it was a year ago or whatever. Because I really wanted to see it after like setting it up or whatever. I just remember sitting in the audience with all these kids, and then you just hear them go like, "Wow!" And like I was just like sobbing during like Frozen because I just kept like hearing that. Like I kid you not, like these kids shows, like whenever I hear kids react to a show, it's over for me. It could be like Mary Poppins, and I am just bawling my eyes out. Like I cry
Mary
at
Poppins
those
was
things.
my first show that I saw. So that's got the special spot in my heart. I will always protect it from everybody saying, oh no,
Oh,
the like the book's dumb or whatever. I will fend those people off because I am so protective of that show.
yeah.
And I got to re-see it this year as well and go backstage and meet some people. It was phenomenal.
For real. It could be like Dora the Explorer live, and I will be bawling my eyes out. Like
Okay.
if children are like impressed, like I just am like, oh my god, my kids.
Okay, that was great. Okay, we got 2 more questions. One is going to take a while, and so hopefully we're going to get through. We're going to do another quick, surefire answer. What's your advice to your younger you? Keep doing what you're doing. You're doing great, darling.
Stop stressing about the future. I know you want something and you feel like it's the end of the world because you're not going to be doing it at this very moment, even if you have the opportunity to be doing it, but it's going to come to you eventually and stop worrying about it. Anyway, live in the moment.
Lin-Manuel Miranda, who?
Anyway.
I am a poet. I wrote this poem just to show it. Anyway. Okay, we've got 2 more questions. I counted wrong. How the heck do you network and get to know people? From Alice in Wonderland on Instagram.
In all caps.
You just, in all caps, mind you. You just, it feels weird initially. I will admit, it feels so weird. But as soon as you just start up those conversations, you text texting people out of the blue is a hard thing to do, but you just read through your message, press send, and then just leave it. Like, that's how I got half the stuff through like Instagram, whatnot. I just fully cold sent half of these messages with, hey, do you want to stage manager? Send. And that would be it.
Get
And
really
it
good
would
at
be a bit
sliding
more.
your DMs.
You'd be so good at sliding into the DMs. LinkedIn is a great one for just being able to just be around. You search up some people, you just see what they're up to, message them on LinkedIn. Because sometimes stalking someone on Instagram, they've got a personal one but no like public show one. So LinkedIn is a more professional way to do it. And yeah, you go stand in a foyer for a little bit. You see someone that you might have seen online and just be like, oh, I want to go talk to that person. And it takes a hot minute. And we will expand on this in a future episode or in a past episode. I don't know what order these are being released. We will definitely touch on it more because it's definitely something that we can talk about. And sliding into the DMs.
She slid into my DMs. I think you did. Yes, you did.
Yes.
You commented, I added you back, and you slid into my DMs. And I was in awe.
Because I'm just that girl. Anyways, the final question that we have, I'm very proud of us. We don't have who the handle is because I forgot to grab it. What are your go-to apps? So my personal favorite one that I have up on my phone is, okay, where is it? Okay, my favorite one, oh, it's not, it undownloaded itself. Wait 30 seconds. Okay, you can see it's the one that's not. Okay, my favorite is the Show SW app. It's like $4 to buy on the App Store or whatever. You can tell that I haven't used this since Cats, but you can start your shows like, and it will have show time and whatnot. No, because that's the time at the moment.
Time. Oh.
So you can press like open the house and it will mark what time you open the house, mark what time you get clearance, start act one. Cool. Act one's going. Yay. End act one. It'll go into an interval timer. You can set how long the interval is. There's a so you don't accidentally click it and go into act two. You got to press a button before clearance. And act two, then once it goes, I know it's so cool. Then once you finish act two, it will give you a recap of all the times that you pressed it. It gives you your pre-show calls, and it does all of that, and it tells you your totals for everything, and it is my favorite thing on the internet. Show SW, it's mind-blowing stuff, and I cannot stage manage without this app, especially when I'm more when I'm DSMing versus when I'm like, if I've got a book if I've got a prompt copy in front of me, I'm using that app. If I'm just backstage, I'll use my watch. That's because cool. I don't want to have my phone on me. But like, it will run if you turn your phone off. So as long as you are aware when you need to turn it back on to get the times correct. But like backstage, I don't want to have my phone on me, so I just use my watch. But if I'm calling and I have a book in front of me, I use that.
Yeah.
My
personally, I don't use too many apps. I use I mean, on our website for my local, we have like a primer that has a lot of like info about tech theater stuff. But however, I've seen this really cool app called Stage Right Software where you can do a lot of like blocking stuff. I don't have to use it because I'm a technician.
I've used it. It's amazing.
I've heard
you can annotate scripts, you can move set pieces, you can get things to scale. You can and you can't. I've seen people use it to scale and people not using it to scale. You're moving stuff. There's like different scenes, like you can go through and you can link the scenes to the script. It is one of the coolest things I've ever seen in my life. And the tech behind it, just like behind the website, is insane. Those two. Stage Right is very useful during rehearsals. That is more of a rehearsal app. That's a show app.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go.
I've always wanted a reason to use now both of those apps. But as a technician, like setting up and tearing down, I don't have to use most of those a lot. So
yeah. But yeah, stage fright is fantastic. I'm pretty sure you do have to use there's a license to use it. I got to
So
use it through my
probably
university. So, but I have a feeling it's a little bit pricey for individuals. But
it'll be
some
worth it
bigger theatre
though.
companies, some bigger theatre companies use it. And when you're like most of the Australian theatre companies, I think use it as well. But we used it as just like a learning tool as well.
Mhm.
But that one's only like $3, so you can get that pretty easy.
Yes. Perfect.
Yes,
These apps better sponsor us. Thank you.
beautiful. And with a minute to spare, let's
Yes.
go.
We're gonna
Um,
wrap this up because we have another session to record like right now almost. So
but thanks for tuning in to another episode. Yes, this is normally how our FaceTime calls go. It's just us rambling for 45 minutes. Well, if you do enjoy the two of us just rambling, let us know because we can 100% make more of these.
yes, we can. All the time, 24/7. We have no
20,
lives.
oh, no, we do, but
Oh, right, we do.
yeah. Okay, much love from both of us. I can't do Ali's nice heart things.
So sad. But we love you. All
Okay,
right.
much love. Mwah, mwah, mwah.
Bye.
Bye.